Okay. I think we're good. OBS crashed. That was weird. Yeah. Tuesday skill building day. Tuesday skill building. Uh, oh. Cappy, are you okay? Um. Oh no. Oh no. I'm sorry, man. Is there any way we can help? Also, wait, whoa, what? Indigo? No, it is not. That is not true. That is not true. To answer your question, King, yes, I did have art classes today. Except I just got back from it. That's why I'm streaming at 6 o'clock instead of 5 o'clock. Because I got back from that. And let me go ahead and turn on the no copyright jazz music, because no copyright jazz music, if it's working. Are we going, is it working? I don't think my headphones are on. No, they're on. I do not know. Where are you streaming to? That's why. It's streaming to the wrong headphones. There we go. That's a lot better. Alright, King, drive safe. Art classes were good. They were interesting. I think that the classes that I'm taking are very good for learning to draw with sight. So learning to draw what you see, which is very good. That is a very good skill to have. But the end goal is to draw from imagination. So, and frankly, I mean, I can kind of show what was going on, or what they were teaching. So the biggest thing that this teacher was trying to teach me is, one, how to use different pencils. So she was very generous and gave me a set of drawing pencils and was showing me, here's how to tell which ones do what, do a grid, as well as just shading. So she was teaching me a little bit of shading. And then we ended the class with, like, trying to not quite do contour lines, but to map out the points to draw the contour lines, which, one, is very difficult when you don't know how things fit together. So, like, if I were to put the paper to the side and just try to map out the points for contour the way she was telling me to, then, yeah, it is a good skill to have. It's just, like, hang on. So let's say, for example, I were trying to draw this, right? It's a little spider thing. It's a cute little guy. But, like, if I were to try to draw this, I don't know how things work spatially. I do not know the translation between this image and this paper. I do not know that yet. I do not have the spacing down. I don't know how things go together. So if I were just looking at it, I don't have that skill yet to be able to do that. Problem number two is we were using an image. So, like, a 2D image onto a 2D image, which, great, that's fine. That's totally fair. And she was like, okay, what you're gonna do is you're gonna lay it on top of the paper, and then you're gonna lift it, you're gonna place the point, and then you're gonna check and see if you got it right. Again, not very spatially aware, so that was a little bit difficult, number one. Number two, I cannot lift the paper and draw the point at the same time. Like, I cannot lift the paper without moving the paper, so I got a little bit frustrated at the end, because I'm like, I have to rely on my sight, but I can't use my sight because I don't know how to do it. Like, I don't, also this coffee shop is pretty loud, so I'm just seeing where it's at there. There we go. But yeah, I don't have the skills yet for what she is teaching me to do, which is fine. It is totally fine. That is why I'm there. She's teaching me the skills to do that. But, and I'm assuming that through these lessons that we're doing, that we're gonna be learning more. But yeah, I don't have all of the fundamentals that will be useful for what she's going to be teaching me, because we're going to be drawing a wolf, and we're going to be using the different pencils to draw a wolf, and so it's like, yeah, it absolutely was more difficult. But like, let's say for instance, I'm going to draw just a very quick sketch of kind of what the wolf looked like ish. This is not going to be good. I just want people to be very well aware. I do not expect it to be good. I don't know how to draw. That is the whole point of this skill building, right? I'm also just not trying at all. So it's like this, and then that, and then it's got a little bit of that. Little nose thing, like that. And then I had an eye, and then I had an eye. So like, wolf, but there are no guidelines. There, like, we are supposed to draw it like we see it, so we're supposed to make the contour lines, and then we're supposed to be sketching it in, so drawing the fur, drawing all the shading and everything, without the shapes and everything. So like, if I were to try to draw this again with what I know from drawing from imagination, you start with the head, right? Does it? I don't think so, but I appreciate it. But like, I would start with blocking everything out first. So like doing something here, the snout is within the main line of the head, so I would even do something like that, like just make a little block here just to show where that snout's going to be going, and then like another square base sort of thing here, right? Just so that I've got a sort of basis for everything, and then I can map out, okay, it looks like the eye goes here, the other eye is a little bit closer actually, so I'm gonna move that a little bit closer. The nose is here, so I can draw that. The mouth kind of goes like that, comes down and out, comes down and out, and then little by little it kind of all comes together, like sort of like that. Like, compared to where everything was here, this one has a lot more shape. It has a lot more definition together. And again, these are very quick. I'm not trying to actually draw these. I'm just trying to show, like, I don't have the fundamentals to just simply draw. And that is hopefully what she is going to teach me. What if you positioned your webcam to show? How can I, hang on. I'm just gonna copy and paste what you typed, Cappy, just so that people can see what you said. You gotta stop turning your messages into links, dude, or you're gonna get banned by accident. Also, I only have one webcam. Otherwise, I would absolutely do that. That is something that I hope to do in the future. Because here's Visionary. Or actually, you know what I could do? I have Krita. Because Cappy likes to type messages with periods, and that turns it into a link. Here's what we're gonna do. Because I have Krita. File, new. We'll just do that. That's fine. Okay. And I have somewhere around here. Here it is. There's one piece. And here's the other. There we go. It's completely by accident. It's typing fast, and then when you type fast, it you accidentally do periods. That's what happens. Okay. Here's how we'll do this. I've got these up. Let me just put this up here. I forgot to start the timer. Luckily, I can see how long I've been recording, so we're gonna stick to that. Okay. Now we're gonna go over to screen share and display capture. There we go. It is skill building. So what we're gonna be doing is throughout this series, once a week, we will be learning how to draw together. And I'm just talking, I said that I would be starting art classes and I would talk about what I was taught. So for instance, there are a bunch of different pencils. In the set she gave me, there were 15. I can't count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Ah, darn it, 15. From the very start, it is a 5H. This is the hardest pencil. So it is the pencil that is firmest. You need to put the most pressure in order to get a dark line. It is like it and it's also going to be the lightest of the pencils, right? So let me just change color to gray. It's gonna kind of look like this at the lightest pressure. That is what 5H is gonna look like. On the full other end of the spectrum is 12B, which stands for 12 black. It is the darkest color you can get. Which in this case, I don't need to change anything. It's gonna look like this, right?
Ah, why'd you do that?
It's gonna be like black as black can get. And it ranges through the whole thing. So next is 4H, next 3, 2, then it goes to F for some reason. Then it's HB, which is dead center. The art teacher claimed that this is exactly like your number 2 pencil at school. So this is the standard. HB is your standard pencil. That is what pretty much anybody can access at any time. So all of these are a little bit fancier, all of these are a little bit fancier. Then it goes into B, 2B, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 12. At least that was the set she gave me. So all the way here is going to be your lightest. Hang on, I need to turn off smoothing. It's gonna be your lightest. And this is going to be your darkest. At the same time, this is going to be your hardest. And this, your softest. What I have found is that the 4 through 8 kind of feel like colored pencils. They're just a little bit soft. You can carry them through, but they're not as soft as the 10 and 12. So we can actually even talk about what she taught. Again, this is not me. This is not the knowledge I already had. This is what she gave me. Let's go to layers. Hide that. So some advice that she gave when drawing at all is that she called it teeth, but what I've heard it as is the grain of the paper. When you are drawing physically, you're going to be trying, like you're gonna have to work with that grain, right? So the hardest is going to be the hardest to get into the grain. It's not going to sink, it's going to flow on top of that grain. Meanwhile, the softest is going to sink into the grain. So it's going to be a lot darker, it's going to really get in there. It's also going to be harder to erase because it's not right on that top. So what she was saying is, and I'll use digital as an example, but you know, do what you gotta do. So let me just get rid of that and change that to 7. Let's say that we draw this circle and we want to get rid of this circle. She was saying that instead of going directly across like this, right, that instead you want to go in circles. It's so funny that the digital has pressure and I need to actually go back over. But you want to go in circles because that will really get into the grain of the paper. So it shouldn't matter a whole lot if you're using something like printer paper, which I think a lot of us are going to be using. But in my case, I do have like a cheap drawing pad of paper that I'm using. This. So this is like literally $3 at Walmart, or I think that size is $6 at Walmart. It does have a little bit of that grain to it, so that was really good information. Something else that she taught, we're not going to do 73, we're going to do 7, is when you are drawing with vision, so not from imagination, again, with imagination, you kind of, and I'll link the video that taught me this part, but there are 5 basic shapes in drawing with imagination. It is the square, cube, circle, triangle, and I think it was the line was the last one. Hang on. I can pull it up right now. We're gonna ignore Freddy Fazbear for right now. Sorry, y'all. Wait, no, where's my drawing? Oh, that's Markiplier! Oh, I am gonna actually look at that later. We love Markiplier. Oh, I need to start uploading stuff. Oh my goodness. I have not been. Whoopsies. Let me switch to face really quick as I pull out my playlists. Drawing. And I'll make this drawing playlist public so that anybody can access it. But here we go. Oh, it was the cone. That was the last one. Last one was a cone. So I'll call this one the cone. And then there is the pyramid. So those are the 5 basic shapes for imagination. And what this professor taught me, I'm going to go in 2 different lines, so bear with me, is 1, you can break this down even further. In drawing, there are going to be 5 even more basic shapes. Everything you're ever going to draw is going to be a point, a line, a zigzag, a curve, or a circle. Everything you're ever going to draw is going to come down to these 5 things. Kind of like how imagine these are words and these are letters, right? So with the square, line, 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 line. With the circle, duh, it's a circle. I can't draw a circle or that would look a lot better. Oh, that was actually pretty good. With this pyramid, right? Line, line, curve. Oh, that was terrible. Curve, curve, because it's not quite a circle. So each of those have these 5 basic shapes. Again, this is her, not me. I wish I knew this before. So this actually made thinking about it a lot simpler. These rely on perspective, these do not. These are just literally whatever you're ever gonna draw, it's gonna need those shapes. So like you wanna draw a mountain range or a wall in this case, right? You've got that wall relying on that zigzag sort of pattern. The second thing she taught, and I'll do a new thing here. Thing number 2 is when you're studying something, right? You need these 5 basic shapes for imagination. When you're studying something, oh, that was on the wrong layer. You want to really study it, right? So let's say I were to try and draw that spider like I was talking about. I could try to draw it from imagination, but when I'm trying to actually look at it, she says there's a process. Step number 1, study for 8 seconds. You're gonna study what you're looking at, you're gonna see how it looks, you're gonna see what the shapes are in the thing that you are studying. So actually let me use this as an example again, right? So if I were to do it from exactly this angle, it has those cones, it has those circles, it has the little, what are they called? Cylinders as its mouth, right? So it's got a little bit of all of that. You spend 8 seconds studying it. The second thing you do is draw for 2 seconds. Then you stop. You evaluate. And to evaluate, you ask things like, did I do what I wanted to do? I need to get a better tip for this pen. Either that or I just need to learn how to write better because I don't have good handwriting. Probably the latter, but I'm gonna blame it on the pen. But did you do what you wanted to do? So if let's say that you're looking at it and it was a circle with eyes and little cylinder mouth, and then it had a little thing here, thing here, thing here, thing here. Looks like Rocky. So after you study it, you draw for 2 seconds. So let's say you're studying the leg, right? You draw for 2 seconds, you stop. Did you do the curve the way you wanted to do the curve? Were you supposed to do a curve? Was it supposed to just be a line? Was there something else maybe you should have done? Was that at the right angle? Maybe it was supposed to be at this angle, which apparently I am not very good at drawing straight up or down. Was it supposed to be at that angle? Was it supposed to be at this angle? Right? So you stop. Did you do what you wanted to do? How can I make it better? So, for instance, right, this was a very quick drawing, but I could make this line straighter. That's how I could make that line better. I go back and make it better. The 5th step is to, sorry, not improve, adjust. So if you have a question to either of these, if you have an answer to either of these 2 questions, so did you do what you wanted to do? Yes. How can I make it better? Can't. Okay, then you're good. Keep going. If either of these have any other answer, then adjust. So I didn't do this the way I wanted to, adjust. I didn't do this the way I wanted to, adjust, right? That's all of that. Now I kind of actually want to draw this dude. What did I get wrong? Everything. Everything was wrong. The importance of references. But you guys get what I mean, right? So this is what she taught. This is what she taught, and those were my big takeaways. The last thing that she tried to get me to do was, again, that, like, point reference. So let me actually, I can kind of show what I'm talking about here. Let me go ahead and jump over. And let's just pull up a picture of a coin. Or not a coin. Not a coin. Let's do a dog. Because I'm doing a wolf for the class, so let's do a dog. There we go. So where's Krita? Right there. There we go. And I'm going to make this bigger. Bigger. Goodest boy. We love him. He's such a good lad. He has such a good little face. That is not proportionate. Let's change that a little bit. There we go. He is perfect now. He is such a good little lad. Little chunky dude. So the point of the points she was talking about, I'm going to jump to layer 5, is you want to see where the line changes. For instance, the line changes right here. And then it's a curve, and then the curve changes directions here. And then it changes directions here. And here, because it goes a little bit this way. Then it changes completely and comes here. Drops down to here. Comes down to here. Right? It's that outline. Here it's gonna get a little bit tricky. Mostly because I can't see. But also because this is a lot more finely detailed. But you're just making that outline of where all the lines change direction. Right? So this is a different line. This is a different line. Stop. This is a different line. Different line. Different line. Different line. Different line. Different line. Now I'm just tracing the ear because I could have gone down that way. But that was a big thing that she was trying to teach, is the finding where the lines change direction and mapping that out so that when we do the contour lines, it's a lot easier to just connect the dots together. That was a bad line. Right? The problem is, imagine now, you had to keep doing this. And you couldn't see that. And then it was that. And then it was that. And then it was that. So you couldn't just trace directly over top like I'm doing here. Because that, I can do. I can do this all day long. This is easy. The problem is I can't turn the page. So, yeah. This was a big thing that she was teaching as well, is just finding those curve points. And this will be a good study for anybody else. If you want to take out photos, print photos, and practice the same sort of thing, just trace over top of them where those lines change so that you can see how those lines work and then connect the dots. Kind of like what I'm doing here, just as a practice. It's like, woo, right? And then there's a line here. Line goes there and then comes out here and then comes around. Can trace this part of the nose, can trace this part of the nose. This part of the nose was a bad trace, but that part of the nose, this comes down like that, right? And then you can just work with what you've traced. Now I'm just tracing it. But you can work with the lines that you've made will show you where things change direction. So that you can follow along and not get lost. See? This was too sharp of a line. That would be one of those stop and evaluates and see how that could have been made better. Could have made that a lot sharper. Because I think that was just, yeah. The contour line could have been not as sharp. But same sort of thing, right? You're eventually going to go over that with fur. These are just to give you guidelines. Anyway. I said I would share what I learned in class. This is what I've learned in class. So hopefully that helps you guys with learning. Learning to draw, learning all the drawing things. Now I'm just having fun with it. Anyway, I'm gonna get rid of all that. Now we are going to jump over. Let me pull this away. We're not gonna watch Markiplier right now. That's for me for later. Now we're gonna look at some videos, just because I've got them pulled up.
3 things that I thought would improve my art versus what actually improved my art. Buying expensive art supplies I saw professional artists use versus using what I had or buying relatively inexpensive art supplies that I wasn't intimidated by to use. Expensive art supplies aren't going to magically give you the skills to draw. Learn to work with what you have first, experiment and have fun. And once you have a better grasp of your skills and art supplies, you can always upgrade them later. 2. Redrawing photos from Pinterest to learn anatomy and proportions versus going to figure drawing classes and drawing from real life, aka plein air drawing, drawing people in cafes, etc. It doesn't have to cost money. Drawing from life is hard, especially at first, and it can be very intimidating to start. But trust me, this is going to help you improve so much more than only drawing from highly edited photos. By drawing from life, you'll train your observation skills and get a better understanding of shapes and proportions. 3. Spending many hours on an art piece versus finishing a piece. Spending more hours on a drawing isn't going to automatically make it better. Speaking from my own experience here, sometimes it's best to stop working on the same eye after 3 hours of trying and just start drawing a new one. Same goes for level of detail. Creating the illusion of detail can be enough. Not saying that all art that takes a lot of time is a waste, definitely not. It's more so about knowing when to let go and what's the purpose of your art piece. 3 things that I thought would improve my art versus what...
There you go. I do like that last bit that she mentioned about the illusion of detail. I remember seeing a piece of advice a while ago when it comes to drawing fur, where I will do a quick sketch. I have no idea what this is going to be. What are you? There we go. There we go. Little guy. Someone was talking about how when you're drawing fur, sorry, I'm working in the little itty bitty details. No, this is on the background layer. Oh, I messed up. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Instead of drawing every single fur piece individually, instead, just focus on where the direction changes. So, like that, for instance, this corner here, it's gonna bug me. I don't care. I know that it's gonna bug me. Here we go. But like, you do right here around this chest, right? The direction's going to change. So you draw a little bit of fur there. The tail especially is going to have... Don't do this to me, please. There we go. It's going to have fur at the tail end right there. It's going to have some at the bottom as well. But it's not going to have some everywhere. So you might even have a couple pieces here or maybe one right there just to show it's extra fluffy. And there are a couple pieces there. You might have some fur here. Some right there. Some at the knee if you want the leg to be fluffy. I don't like that. So I'm going to just do the knee. The ends of the hands. That one wouldn't have any. And obviously some at the head, which I am not good at changing direction, so I'm trying my best here. But something like that, where it shows the fluffiness without you having to fill in the entire thing. So I really liked that advice that they gave, because it just revolutionized how I look at fur. Because it's like, okay, the fur will only really show up where that direction change is happening. So I only draw there. Or if I really wanted to, I could do a little bit more here. Or, not there, sorry. Here. Just to give that little bit of fuzz, to show there's fuzz. Oh, and there'd be some on the back as well. But that's also direction change that I'm not good with. Just something to show that fuzz, right? This isn't all covered in fur, but it's just enough where it's like, oh yeah, he's a fuzzy little guy. I loved that piece of advice, and it helps me to see that more. Can I replicate it well? Absolutely not. That's why I'm doing this skill building, so that we can all learn to do that together. But it is cool to see. And I'm going to get rid of that layer. Okay. We are at 38 minutes. I will go ahead and jump to... Where's my guy? Where's my guy?
Circles until you reach...
There we go.
...in the center. And
visual coordination.
This level is about seeing properly. We're going to train our eye to draw what we see,
Convenient.
not what we think we see. And it begins with exercise number 6, shape matching. This exercise from Athoro will quickly correct your observational errors. Simply draw a shape and try to replicate it as accurately as possible. The simpler the shape is, the easier it is. To help you, try to use negative shapes as your anchor. Next, we have reflections. Very similar, but this time you are matching the shape as a reflection.
Hello!
This means you can't copy one-to-one.
Hi, MJ. Thank you so much for the follow.
One-to-one. You can see that
we
to
are
get a more
learning how to
accurate
draw.
Shape, I'm measuring out
How are
using
you doing?
straight lines, and then here I'm creating a negative shape that I can copy my reflection against. Even when I'm not drawing these out like this, I'm always thinking about it in my head. You can also just throw in random lines. It doesn't always have to be shapes. Exercise number 8, once again from Nathan Cook, is ribbons. Draw a curved line and then repeat it again somewhere else. Then connect both lines.
Are you an
at the edges
artist?
to
Do you
create
like drawing?
a curved plane.
Or are you here
Do
to
this
learn?
to get used to creating depth. And you can see how this can be drawn in perspective using the box as well. As a final touch, you can add lines where the form curves away to create a sense of shading. At number 9, we have another Athoro classic, and that is silhouettes. You can think of this one as complex shape matching because you're just matching the shape of your reference. Of course, only the outline of it. Use the same technique.
This is learning how to draw.
Measure out your shapes.
I can't draw
try to get
either.
them accurate.
That's why
And
we're
as a
learning
bonus tip,
together.
If you squint your eyes, you'll be able to see the broad shapes and not get lost in the details. This here is an example of how silhouettes can end up becoming...
Every single person
foundation
has
for
either a
drawing
pencil
anything.
or a pen
You see,
and
if I match
paper.
the shapes right, I can also draw the internal shapes.
We are
and
learning
then
how to
it's a
draw
matter of
together. That's the whole
identifying
point of
the
skill
shadow
building.
shapes, and there you have an illustration. And the final exercise of level 2 is continuous line drawing. Look at a reference and sketch it without taking your pen off the paper. This exercise forces bold decision making and builds your intuitive visual coordination. Obviously, you'll sacrifice some accuracy here or there, but don't worry about it. This is all part of the process. Other exercises build accuracy. This exercise builds intuition and confidence. With our mechanics warmed up and our observations well trained, we can finally get into the conceptual stuff, and that.
Okay. So MJ, just to give an idea of how we've been doing this so far, this is part 2. So I did upload part 1 on the page, but I'm also going to be here's the title, The Only Art Tutorial You'll Ever Need. I'll also be linking that into the video. I can even post it here so that people can reference it later. But the way that we've kind of been doing this is the day that we stream, we all talk about what we learned together. So like I've been taking a couple art classes as well. That's what that first half of this live stream was me going through all the things that the art class was teaching me. And the second half right now is going through a video, and then this guy does a great job at giving exercises and practices that you can do in order to get better. So like he started with very basic line mechanics and moved on into this visual coordination. Then for the next 6 days, we practice on our own. I've been recommending about 30 minutes to an hour each day, but if you can only do 5 minutes or 10 minutes, any progress is progress. So like, there were some days where I literally just drew something very bare bones because I couldn't do anything else. Whether it be because of mental blocks or because I was just simply that busy. And same sort of thing with everyone else, hopefully. Hopefully others have been practicing as well. Which, King, have you been practicing? I know that you wanted to learn to draw. Have you been practicing? Oh, wait, no, he's not here, is he? I don't think he's here. I think he's driving. Oh no. Anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of how we've... Yes, I do have... Like, I just take these live streams and I post them on my page when I remember to. So today, I'm going to be uploading 3, if not 4 videos because I forgot to post a couple. But I will be posting these because this is what is important, at least to me, is the whole purpose of this channel is to build a community of people who want to support each other and help one another grow. So I live by the idea that if people do not walk away from my live streams without learning something about themselves, learning something about their community, or learning something about the world, whether that be through skills or whether that be through fun facts, we do a Fun Fact Friday live stream. If there is no growth done by the end of the stream, whether it be small or large, then the stream has meant nothing. I'm not doing this for paid. I'm waiting until I'm waiting until I get at least 10 people watching regularly, which we're getting close to, which is very fun. But hopefully we'll be able to do paid stuff soon. I don't want people to get ads when it's like there are only a couple people here. That'll be for much later. Unless you mean for YouTube. If you mean for YouTube, then absolutely subscribe because I do post these when I remember. They will all be uploaded by the end of the week. Absolutely. Or like by the end of next week, whatever. I'm getting a little bit better about it. There are still some days where I just forget. But yeah, that is kind of the idea of this channel, is to... It's the same thing. I am the same here on YouTube and on Instagram. So that Pearly Blue Phoenix, that is where I'm at everywhere. But yeah, so that is the idea. Skill building specifically is the heavier side to that. So it is very bold and upfront. Hey, we are going to be learning together. So it may be something that some people know and other people don't, or it may be something that nobody knows. No matter what, though, it's going to be something that I do not know. So we will all be learning together. It's not going to be me teaching you guys as like, oh, I'm an expert, so let me teach you something. I stream every Monday through Friday, around 5 p.m. EST. I am going to be streaming Tuesdays at 6 p.m. because I'm taking an art class now. Unless that changes. If that changes, I will post on my Instagram that changes. I forgot to upload. That's what I forgot to do. I forgot to upload my stream schedule. I will do that after this stream. But yeah, usually I'll say day of, like, hey, gonna be a later stream, or hey, something came up, can't make it. But usually Monday through Friday with the occasional Saturday. No Discord just yet. That will be for sure when 10 people start watching regularly, so that we're able to connect and talk to one another. Unless, I mean, because King, Cappy, Troden, you guys are here a lot. So is Azono, and Luna. So that's, honestly, we're halfway there. Guys, we are halfway there. We are halfway to getting a Discord server. We are almost there. We just need 5 more, and we will have a Discord server. So what I'm going to be doing in August, I will be doing a lot more marketing. Please don't get me canceled, please. That's copyrighted. But, oh shoot, it is not showing up on the actual, hold on, let me make that full screen. There we go. Now people can read the chat. But yeah. So no Discord just yet. Only because there doesn't really seem to be much of a purpose in having one. Unless you, King, Cappy, think differently, Troden. Because that's my thought, but I'm still very new to this, so if you have other opinions, other ideas, that's the other thing. That's another thing, is I added a couple commands through the bot, and one of them is, Yeah. Okay, I hear you. Wait. I'm afraid I don't understand what you're saying at all. I thought I did, and now I don't. While you're typing. Wait for a few more. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking, is when it gets to about 10. And through August, I'm gonna... Honestly, here's what I'll do. Because So I've got something called ADHD. And it's not like, oh, distraction. Like, it kind of is. But the real issue that I have with ADHD is... if there is something blocking me from doing something, I can't do it. And right now, the fact that I'm in a cast is blocking me from doing a lot of things. Like, because I can't use my thumb, I can't make marketing material. It is a very weird blockade that I need to get through. That's why I was thinking if you had any, like... That's what I was thinking. That's why I asked if you guys thought differently. Because that was something I was thinking recently, is that could help a lot. Right. So, I think once it gets to 10, because 10 is not a big number. I mean, it's 10 people, which is great and amazing and awesome. But it's also at that point where it's like, okay, people, if there are 10 people in the chat, then it's not going to be overwhelmed with people, and 10 is good to start that community, and any less it might get a little bit awkward. So that was why I picked 10 originally. But if you think that it could be even less, then I'm absolutely down for that. But yeah. Anyway, to what I was saying before, when this thing comes off, that's when I'll start heavily marketing and actually doing stuff. But right now, because I can't use my keyboard properly, then I can't really do a whole lot mentally. I'm getting there. Glad to see this stream, just looking at new streamers. Aw, thank you, MJ. That's so sweet. And exactly, Troden, exactly. That's why it's like 10, I think, is a good, sweet number. Because the whole point is community building. I do not care about the number at all. Like, it could be 5, it could be 3. When it was just me and King, we had a blast. And even now, you're here, Cowl's here. Oh, we're more than halfway there. Cowl joins a lot. That's 6. But yes, exactly. So that's why, like, I don't know. We are more than halfway there though. So we need like 3 to 4 more. And once we get 3 to 4 more people where the others in the chat are able to recognize their name, then I will make a Discord. And I will post it on the Twitch, I will post it on the YouTube, I will post it on the Instagram, so that anybody can access it. Because I also know that there are some people on the Instagram who don't watch the streams, and I know there are people on the YouTube who don't watch the streams. But the whole point of this channel is to funnel people together and to build that community. So people can watch a video, but a community is not really being built that way. Like, they can go through Instagram, they can look at the reels. A community is not really being built that way. At least not one that supports one another and actually has that community aspect to it. The whole point is to funnel people away from the distractions of the internet and to build lasting relationships with other people who are not entirely like them. It is a way to connect people from all sorts of diverse backgrounds, communities, all the above, and bring them together so that they can learn from one another, grow with one another, and support one another in what they are hoping to do with their life. So that's actually what the monthly Saturdays are supposed to be. So I do monthly Saturday streams just as a sort of vibes, let's talk, and the last time I did it, it was to do Subnautica. But honestly and truly, the point of the monthly Saturday streams is eventually going to be to celebrate what other people have done. So, yeah, you're already ahead of me on that one. Because the whole point will be to celebrate with everybody. That's why I do those baking videos where it's like, oh, here's the celebration of the week, and that gives people a chance to sort of talk about the things that have been going on. People don't really use it as a way to do that, which is totally fine. Everybody has their own hangups and cautions around that. But it introduces that idea of, hey, let's celebrate together. So then those monthly Saturdays will be a way for people to come together, talk with other people who they know. It's not just a bunch of people with usernames. It is people that they have talked to. It is people that they have connected with. It is people that they have seen and they have grown alongside. And they're able to share with these people the wins and the celebrations and the good things that are going on in their life. So it is a future thing. It'll absolutely be once the Discord is created, will be when I actually start doing that. For right now, it would be a little bit difficult to do that. But that will absolutely be something for the future. Because that, I think, is the best way to build community. I have a command for that! I have a command for that! I have a bot command directly for that. Type it in. I think it's exclamation point suggestion. Yeah. I already did that. Yeah. I don't have any sort of... Oh, do you think I need to make an X account? Oh, I don't want to make an X account. I might have to make an X account to do that. No. Okay, good. I don't want to do that. Blue sky! You're so right! Wait. Oh, yeah. Oh, no one cares about that. I actually will do that. I'll make a Blue Sky account. Yeah. Oh, good job, person. Anyway. Who's that? Jim. Good job, Jim. But, yeah. Skill building art, but also let's grow the channel together. Anyway. Let's actually go back and... MJ, I don't know if you saw the link before. I did post a link to this YouTube video, but this one will also be linked in the video that I post later today. So you will have access, and he does a great job. I mean, all of this is the order in which all of the exercises are given. So, yay, thank you. That's really sweet. Thank you. But yeah, so this is an amazing video, and this is what I've been using for my personal development. Like, I've been doing the line practice that he's recommended. Oh, I didn't do anything on the back that day. But it has been helping with my line control a little bit. But again, that's just because it's something that I'm learning. But the visual coordination is something that I'm going to be practicing a lot. And they're like the ribbons, the matching shapes especially is going to be so helpful. So I highly recommend, if you want to learn art, which I'm assuming you do because you're still here, then checking out his video, checking out his channel, actually. Broken Draw does a really good job. But Indigo, shh, you're fine. He has a lot of really good videos that help with learning to draw from imagination. And he is who I have been watching when learning everything else. And so yeah. The way that these are going to work in the future is it's going to depend on when I am free. So the class runs, I'll just kind of... The class that I'm taking runs... That is pure white. That is not going to help. The class I'm in runs from 3 to 5. And I'm either going to have a small group from 10 to 12 or from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And this is also p.m. This is a.m. If I take this, I'm going to have to stream Tuesdays really, really early. If I do this one, though, then I will start streaming at 6 p.m. If I start taking this class, skill building will happen on Wednesdays, and Tuesdays will be the day we play Spore. So I will let you guys know. I'll keep you updated on what happens. But that is the end of our hour. A lot of it has been talking about the channels, but hopefully you guys got some good art advice, art, inspiration, art, all the above. I, again, will be posting this live stream with the links to the videos, and you'll be able to learn what I learned from the art class that I took today, as well as what this man has to say. So thank you so much, you guys, for joining, for giving your advice for the channel, as well as just sticking around and talking. Thank you, MJ. We are so glad to have you as part of the flock, and I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 for Spore. Have a good one, guys. Bye!